So this is a local news station in Sydney, Australia, interviewing one of the bystanders that was at the Chanukah by the Sea mass shooting event right after it happened.
My name is Sam. I come from France. It's been 2 years that I'm living in Australia, and I just moved to Sydney 1 week ago. And no, less than 1 week. And now I was walking down the street. I've seen some people, they've been running away. I've heard some shooting, but I didn't know that it was shooting. I thought that it was just like fireworks or something like that. And then I was walking, and then I've seen so many people, they've been like dying on the ground. They became white. And then I've seen like a woman, she was holding her baby, and her other kid, she was on the ground, and I think one of the kid has been shot on the leg. And then I started to walk, and I've seen like many people, they became white, so they had like a white dress, so maybe they died as well because they became white. And then I was walking also, and I've seen like grandma, she was bleeding a lot.
Now, I'm sure by now you're probably aware that there was a mass shooting and terrorist attack at the Bondi Beach Chanukah by the Sea event in Sydney on December 14th of 2025. And the event, which is held near Bondi Park Playground, was attended by nearly 2,000 people with many families and children around 5 p.m. local time. 2 gunmen opened fire on the crowd from an elevated position around 6:30 p.m. And local reports are saying right now that there's been 10 to 12 people killed, with 18 to 29 people injured, including police, civilians, and children. Now, this is the deadliest shooting that's taken place in Australia since the Port Arthur massacre that happened on 28 and 29 April of 1996, where a gunman killed 35 people and wounded 23 using a semi-automatic rifle. And that tragedy was actually the reason why 12 days later, on the 10th of May in 1996, the Prime Minister at the time, John Howard, and state leaders passed the National Firearms Agreement, which essentially banned automatic and semi-automatic rifles and shotguns, as well as pump-action shotguns in most cases, for civilian use with limited exceptions. They also did a huge buyback program back then that made a bunch of people surrender their firearms and destroyed a bunch of firearms. Now, this is coming almost 30 years later. So I'm wondering if, as a result of this, the Australian government's going to come down even harder on gun laws, or what the result of this is going to be. Either way, the whole thing's tragic and disgusting and needs to be condemned, and hopefully there is some sort of retribution for this, but ultimately it's really unfortunate for any of the law-abiding gun owners in Australia.